Most sales teams are running on autopilot. When they are asked to build a prospect database or prepare for a client meet, the answers are always the same. Company name, industry, location, website, prospect name and title. And that's pretty much where the research stops. I call these the safe six. They feel productive, but they only do one thing. They help you find a person as per your ICE. And the real question that arises over here is, will these basic data points actually help you win more B2B deals? Now, in most cases, the answer is no, because the safe six is a bare minimum. It gets you an email address, but it won't get you a partnership or a deal. So it's very important to understand one thing, that B2B sales isn't a transaction, it's a conversation. So if you only have basic data, you're forced into two bad options. One, that's an interrogation, wherein you spend your first 20-30 minutes of a meeting asking discovery questions that might have already been answered 1,000 times. Then comes the assumption, that is, they guess their pain point, make a generic pitch, and hope that something sticks. Now, in both cases, you aren't leading the conversation. What you're doing is you're just reacting to it. So, to actually direct a meeting, you need to know the prospect's world as well as they do. The more intelligence you have about an account, the more confident and relevant your conversations become. So, imagine, say, for example, you are going on a cold call or you're going on an intro meeting, and say you're pitching marketing or SEO services, and the starting of a conversation looks something like this. When you say, I noticed your traffic spiked 30% after your recent Series B funding. But what I noticed was that your page load speeds are still dipping. Now, suddenly, the conversation over here shifts from pitching to consulting. And this is the difference between a generic sales call versus a context driven business conversation. And customers actually appreciate this even when you're doing a cold outreach. Because when you reach out with real insight, it shows the effort that you've put into understanding their business. Now, to achieve this, teams should start capturing sales intelligence data points, such as company size, understanding what is the current revenue or the funding stage that the company is at, seeing what are the current hiring trends. Are there any recent news mentions where they have shared about their growth journeys? You can analyze the traffic trends, that's the website traffic trends, understand where is the traffic being generated from. Are they spending more on ads, or is it organic traffic that gets generated? You can understand about their competitors, about their tech stack, to see are they using any competitor tools or platforms or not. And even get market expansion indicators. Now, all of these data points help answer one very important question. That is, where can your solution or product actually fit into the company's growth journey? And once you know that, your outreach and meetings become far more personalized and relevant. But the challenge over here is that, as sales head, we often tell our teams that do your research before reaching out. That's exactly what we also do with our sales team. But the problem over here is that many of the times sales teams don't know where do I find or where do I do more research from. What they rely on are the basic sources. So what they do is they spend hours jumping between LinkedIn, Google, news articles, or company websites. And even then the insight remain very limited. So the question is, how do you enable sales teams with ready to use intelligence? This is where tools that collect market intelligence become extremely useful. And one such tool that we recently explored is Similarweb. Now, Similarweb is widely known as a website analytics and competitive intelligence platform. But what many sales teams and sales reps don't realize is that it is also becoming a powerful sales intelligence source. Now, how? So I'll just quickly show you how the platform looks like and show where it becomes relevant for sales team. So when you go onto the platform, that's a sales intelligence platform that we have built, and go to lead generation. Apart from the basic filters that we already use, the most important part that they give is the signals part, wherein I get signals in four broad categories. The news, wherein I can add a new signal based on leadership changes, growth, strategy, investments, if there are any, that the company is mentioned through in news articles. Beyond that, I can analyze traffic. So I can see how much monthly website visitors have grown. Is there website visitors coming in from a new region? So that shows whether they are expanding in marketing in different regions or not. I can see what are the engagement metrics. So this is how I can set website traffic signals. Moreover, they even have technology signals. Now, it's very much open and easy to find our website's tech stack using tools like BuildWith and other tools like Click. But the differentiator that Similarweb brings over here for sales team is it tells you whether a particular company has recently installed a competitor tool or not. or they have removed it, or they have a renewal also coming in. So these are the sort of insights that help SaaS and other software development platforms in terms of getting insights. So if I want to see that if they have, say, installed a supported integration, my pitch to them can be that, say, we have ready API integrations with this tool, and we notice that you recently onboarded them. So that is the way you can get a much better conversational or fruitful outcome out of your pitches. In terms of ad networks, it even tells that, say, if there is any particular ad network that a company has started working with, then it highlights that as well. So using these sales signals actually gives us insights in terms of specific alerts that can help your sales team in giving a perfect hook for a call. Next is in terms of their meeting insights or the company insights that it can take. So what they have built is an AI meeting prep. Now, how does it work? Very simply, what I need to do is I need to just mention the company with whom I'm having a meeting. I can mention the goal. Is it an intro meeting? Is it a follow-up meeting? Who is it that I'm having the meeting with? I can mention the top market players that are there. And the output that I get includes giving me a complete overview, giving me an objective, giving me an overview about the attendees. Beyond that, it even gives me talking points that I can focus on during that meeting, so as to ensure that if I'm focusing on discovery during my intro, then it gives me those specific questions. If I already know things, then it even tells me that, okay, this is how you can manage objections or so. And even gives me a closing. So this is how it can help me in terms of building that initial insight layer for preparing for my meetings. Moreover, say for example, you are connecting with someone and you want to, have more insights about that person. What you can do is that you can go to the LinkedIn profile, use the extension of Similarweb to get insights about the person, about that particular company. And at the same time, you can even use their website or that's their platform to get company level insights, wherein, say, we have the company data, we have the signal feed wherein it tells us that is it the right time to reach out to them or not? What are the recent news that is there currently? What are the traffic? So this sort of helps us in terms of understanding a complete overview about a company. So to conclude, stop building just databases and start building intelligence. Because when your teams know the why behind the who, your win rates don't just go up, your sales cycles also get shorter. Because the trust that gets built in the first 5 minutes changes everything. And as next steps, if you want to see specifically a workflow that I use to filter high intent accounts in Similarweb, let me know in the comments and I'll drop a part. Thank you so much for watching this one.